Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Welcome back to the Fumble Live. Hope you guys had a fantastic weekend. Enjoyed some really good fall. If you're a Green Bay fan, you enjoyed without Aaron Rodgers. He said some things that I am not entirely comfortable with. We're going to be talking about that, and we're going to have to see where Jordan Love's family sat because inappropriate, if you ask me. But before we do all that, make sure you hit that subscribe button, that notification bell, give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends. And now here's the Fumble Squad. I'm your girl, Jackie Ray. Now, I know what I usually say. You can usually follow me on all things social media, J-Ray the Fanatic, but I have changed my social handle. So now it's Jackie Ray TV. I forgot to tell everybody, but now it's Jackie Ray TV. I changed my social media handle.
So all of them?
All of them, yeah, because I couldn't get YouTube to match. Like I tried to match, and YouTube was like, "Nah, we're not giving you that." So, because they deleted, I had a Jackie Ray the Fanatic account, and they deleted it, and I was like, "Well, since it's deleted, can I have it back?" They was like, "No."
Wait, whoa, why?
That's the whole thing. It was the whole thing.
Oh, all right. It's your boy, Chris. You can find me everywhere at CK2K. And you know, it's crazy because you can also find me at CKTV. So look at us. We matching on there. So that's kind of cool. Look at that. Yeah.
Great minds. How was your weekend?
Yeah. It was all right. It was solid. Yeah, it was the Saints and the Knicks just ruined it for the end of it, though. That damn Saints game was annoying. I hate losing to the Falcons because I have homies that are Falcons fans. So as soon as it happened, I was getting the text messages. And then on top of that, I had Ricky Rubio had the game of his life against my Knicks last night. So it was just a rough end to the weekend, but the weekend was cool. How about you, Jay?
Yeah, I tried to watch the game because I wanted to be able to talk to you about it. But you know, the bootleg service that I watch it on would let me watch like 10 seconds and then kick me out, and then 10 seconds and kick me out. Yeah. Then I just got fed up with it. I was like, I'm not watching.
No, it was like you didn't miss anything. I hated it.
But I did watch the Bulls game over the weekend. I don't know if you saw my post on Instagram where I was like, I'm really digging Lonzo Ball in the Shy. I'm enjoying this. I know you're surprised to hear that.
I'm glad you're coming over. No, you kind of already confessed that you're slowly making your way over. So that's good. Come on through. No. You're just slowly making your way.
Baby step. All right, let's get into this first need to know news because you guys, it's a lot. I feel like this is Aaron Rodgers saying, "Tell me you would really want to storm the Capitol," without actually storming the Capitol. I feel like that's what's happening here. It's quite embarrassing. But at the end of this, I'm gonna just play the whole clip because I think it's important for you guys to hear where he's coming from, and I want to get you guys' opinion in the chat, and then of course you as well, Chris. But let's break down some of these tweets that went out about it at first, and feel free to gasp. So this first one said, Tom says there's a lot going on here, including Aaron Rodgers saying he's allergic to an ingredient in the mRNA vaccines, why he thinks the NFL and the NFLPA protocols aren't based in science, and many messages to the woke mob. I hate this phrase, but anyway, shaming, outing, canceling unvaccinated people like him. Okay, let's get to this next one. There's a lot to unpack there. He says, on not wearing masks in preseasons, Rodgers dismisses the rule and says the protocol makes no sense to me. He said it was more about making it a show or to out those who are not vaccinated. I got to wear anyway, I got to wear a mask when I go into the grocery store. But okay, Aaron Rodgers, it's about you. This one says Rodgers' next big long-term goal is to be a father, and said there are no studies on what taking the vaccine would do to him in that regard. But you put your body on the line all the time, and okay. Let's go to this next one. Rodgers is now fully putting this on the media for trying to shame and out unvaxxed people and claiming they are selfish for making their own choice. I believe that's the last one I have before Aaron Rodgers will tell you in his own words. It's about a minute long. You guys just bear with me. I just felt like you needed to hear the whole thing. So roll that beautiful bean footage, Leo.
I'm in the crosshairs.
It's going to be
I realize I'm in the crosshairs of the woke mob right now. So before my final nail gets put in my cancel culture casket, I think I'd like to set the record straight on so many of the blatant lies that are out there about myself right now. And I appreciate the opportunity to tell my side of the story on here. First of all, I didn't lie in the initial press conference. During that time, It was a very, witch hunt that was going on across the league, where everybody in the media was so concerned about who was vaccinated and who wasn't, and what that meant, and who was being selfish, and who would talk about it, and what it meant if they said it's a personal decision. They shouldn't have to disclose their own medical information and whatnot. And at the time, my plan was to say that I've been immunized. It wasn't some sort of ruse or lie. It was the truth. And I'll get into the whole immunization in a second. But had there been a follow-up to my statement that I've been immunized, I would have responded with this. I would have said, look, I'm not, some sort of anti-vax flat earther. I am somebody who's a critical thinker. You guys know me. I march to the beat of my own drum. I believe strongly in bodily autonomy and the ability to make choices for your body, not to have to acquiesce to some woke culture or crazed, group of individuals who say you have to do something.
Adam says he talks like Will Ferrell in Anchorman. Chris, I'm gonna let you. First of all, the jab at Kyrie I felt was unnecessary when he was like, I'm not some anti-vax flat earther. I felt personally that was a jab at Kyrie, and I felt that was unnecessary since you almost verbatim repeated everything he said right after that statement. I felt like it was very unnecessary, but I thought he sounded completely moronic, because I would bet my last dollar that he has no idea what the ingredients were in the immunizations that he received as a child, when your body is still developing and then therefore have more chances of actually doing some sort of harm. I bet my last dollar he doesn't know what's in those. So he sounds like a complete fool to me. But Chris, what are your thoughts?
Well, I said on Friday that I wanted to know what his follow-up would have been if the reporters had realized what he said and asked him a question like, what does that mean? But then I also said, you know what? It's probably best for Aaron Rodgers if we didn't know, because he probably wouldn't have a good answer. Well, all that interview did was clarify that exact point, because he started off all right, cool, I guess we'll get the answer. And then he did not get into it very smoothly. And then on top of that, what he said, as you mentioned, made absolutely no sense. So, yeah, I think it was best for him to leave it as the myth as it was, or by saying he was immunized. We laughed about it because, I mean, I agree with him. He didn't lie. He answered the question, and that's up to the reporters to then go on and figure out what that means. They didn't. They took it for what it was, and he won. But this whole thing has been absolutely crazy. I didn't take that as a shot at Kyrie, because there's been a lot of people I've been hearing that would clump anti-vaxxers with flat earthers. So I didn't take that as just a solely Kyrie Irving thing. Because like you mentioned, him and Kyrie are saying a lot of the similar things when it comes to the reasons why they're not vaccinated. So that'd be very backwards for him to then take shots at Kyrie Irving when you guys are saying the same thing. But yeah, that interview was rough. I know that was just a piece of it. If you guys want to go and check out the entire thing, like, it was just weird. Whole thing, I don't know. The whole thing around him has just been absolutely crazy. His answers have not been helping out his case. I don't know. And then those tweets, I don't know. I have nothing else to add besides just a big old shake in my head, because it's just crazy.
Yeah, and Chris is right. It's a whole interview. Shout out to Pat McAfee. I actually really, really love his podcast. It's very high energy. It's fun. They have a great relationship with Aaron Rodgers.
He's good.
He's great. And they have a great relationship with Aaron Rodgers because he is on there all the time. So I'm not surprised this is the platform that he decided to speak out on. But I was surprised, because McAfee just kept looking at him like, okay. Like they did what the reporter did in that press conference. They didn't ask any. So for those of you in the chat that are aspiring to be a reporter, whether it's sports reporter, news reporter, investigative reporter, whatever, this is a lesson for you. The follow-up question is crucial, because even in his interview on the Pat McAfee show, I still have way more questions to ask. Like, you didn't think a sport where you're constantly getting,
but you know why he didn't ask, because of everything you mentioned, because they're close. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Because they have a great relationship. Yep. So Maybe what we should do is try to advocate to get Aaron Rodgers on here so we can ask him the real questions. Don't be scared, sir.
He's choosing where he wants to go because he knows he can control the situation. He can control his narrative.
Yep. Very true. That's all I got to say about this one. I see a bunch of people in the chat that's saying his career is over. See, that's the thing. Like, I think, I don't know if his career is not over because, number one, he's supposed to be back next week. That's number one. But they're talking about his post-NFL career. People now know how ridiculous it is. Like, do you want him talking on your show? Absolutely. The more inflammatory thing people say, the more people will watch. I keep trying to tell y'all there's no such thing as bad press.
And look, right, facts. And not every quarterback is going to retire and then be a broadcaster. You mean to tell me before any of this, you thought there was a career where Aaron Rodgers was going to be a broadcaster after? No. Aaron Rodgers about to go out there and he gonna do, like, he could probably do acting, he probably do comedy, he gonna probably do all that kind of crazy stuff because he's a personality. And now with all this going on, he's just gonna, like Jackie just said, he's gonna be going on podcasts and stuff and just being must watch because he's gonna be saying random crazy stuff. So I never thought of him to be a reporter after this. So I think his post career life is gonna be just fine. I don't know. My favorite one was MZ saying, quoting Aaron Rodgers, even though he didn't really say it, but saying, "It's my body and my COVID, and I can give it to whoever I want." He said, probably Aaron Rodgers. It's like, damn.
That is great.
Anyways, crazy.
Go ahead, Chris.
Crazy nonsense. It's time for Post Up on this fine, what are we on? Monday. It is a Monday. It feels like Monday because, it just snuck up on it. I don't know if it's this damn day. It's not, because I love when we get this extra hour, but man, I've been feeling sluggish, but I don't know if that's what it is. But here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We have some fun things to get into, as well as starting off with this one because I love poking fun at anything that goes on with the Nets. Now, I do like James Harden. I do like KD. But anytime there's a blunder that goes on with them in the Nets uniform, I have to talk about it. What the hell is going on here, James Harden? I thought Kawhi Leonard was the robot because James Harden in this moment looked like his whole system was lagging and he shut down. And my man Sadiq Bey said, "Oh, okay, thanks," and he'll go get a nice little dunk. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check out this play right here.
Sadiq staying in front.
Watch James Harden.
Ball gets away.
What's he doing?
What's he
doing? What's he doing?
A brain lapse. James Harden knew it was going to be a violation, but
he's still like, oh, damn.
Look at this, folks.
Now look at it.
Goes off his legs.
Oh, damn. All right.
He went dormant thinking-wise.
Not a smart move.
I get he didn't want
don't defend him. No, get the backcourt. I'd rather a backcourt violation than give a fast break.
Right. I'm just trying to help. Don't blame. Don't yell at me.
So Jackie, okay, so if you weren't gonna get that backcourt, being I loved your nickname, so I always have to bring it up in instances like this. Being that you were the enforcer, you wouldn't have at least boxed out Sadiq Bey to make sure he didn't get the ball, and then it would have just went out of bounds.
I would have definitely been wailing, and I probably would have dove on the ball anyway, and just at least kicked it out of bounds or something.
Yeah,
I would have done.
I would take the backcourt,
but I would have taken the backcourt too because it's better than, especially when you can feel him. He's right there. It's not like he was far away from you. But shouts out to him for like keeping his head in the game. But I do wonder, because I didn't watch this game, I do wonder where that was in relation to him getting completely molested underneath the basket and then not getting the call, and then he protests for a couple of seconds. It was like, what's happening? And I just wonder if this was somewhere right after that, so his mind is still on that moment. I don't know because I didn't see the game, so I would just have to see if this came after that moment. Then I can tell you that's what that's about. But if it came before, I got nothing.
If he thought that he should have got a foul off of dribbling his own foot and he was protesting that moment because he didn't get called for that, that's stupid. That's a low IQ play. And look, James Harden is a lot of things, and you can say what you want to say, but when it comes to basketball mind, he doesn't. Low IQ is not him. He is a very smart basketball player. So I don't
think he was looking for a foul. I just think he was in his head and was just
pissed off about it still.
Kind of pouting a little bit and just he had a glitch. It was a glitch in the matrix.
Yeah, that was that. I have no idea what happened there. Didn't even try to at least foul him after his mistake. He just made the mistake and he just swam all up in it. Damn, I turned over the ball. Oh, damn, they got it. Fast break dunk.
Look at that. Y'all see him make that dunk? That's
exactly
the look on his face. He just was unfazed about it. Poor guy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, the Nets still won, so I guess who cares, right? I mean, you still got the W, but God, I could not believe what I was seeing. I'm looking at this play. I'm like, yo, can we get him concussion test? Like, is he good? Take him off the court. Like, what just happened? I don't know.
Right.
But yep, that was a moment that happened. But I love poking fun at the Nets because it's just fun. But they still won, so who cares? But yeah, speaking of that first story that we need to know news that we mentioned with Aaron Rodgers missing game because of the COVIDs and whatnot. With him being out, it meant that his backup had to play. Mr. Jordan Love got his first his first start. I don't think it was yes, it was his first regular season start. I'm thinking about preseason. He got his first regular season start in the absence of Aaron Rodgers because of the COVIDs, and it was against Kansas City in Kansas City. So when normally when it's your first game and you have family, you get seats and stuff like that and whatnot. Well, Jordan Love, he is the backup quarterback. I understand that. And it was a little last minute finding out that he was going to be the starting quarterback. Well, he tried to get seats for his mom and his girlfriend in Kansas City. Well, this was the best that they could give him. Now, you see this first picture I'm about to show y'all? If we can get to, you see the two pictures. I know you see them. But let's look at the first picture, okay? So there's a few Green Bay Packers fans. There's a lot of red there, Chiefs fans. Yeah, I'm going to need you to squint a little bit. And right in the middle, there's that at the very back. At the very back, at the tippy top, boom, boom, there they are. Mama and girlfriend sitting at the worst seats that you could ask for. I understand it's an away game. I thought this was crazy. And I saw because when I was watching the game, I watched Red Zone, and they showed this, and they're just showing this shot, and they're talking about his mom and everything in his first start and this, that, and the third. Like, someone fired this cameraman because why are we showing this random shot of the fans? And he started zooming in. And then the lower thirds came up. I'm like, there's no way. So, yeah, right before we went live, producer said that if it was her, she was saying something to somebody. Jackie Ray, I'm asking you the same question. Like, what the hell could have been different about this? Like, is this a Chiefs being the Chiefs thing? Like, it's like, hey, sorry, you're last minute. This is all we got. You're going to have to sit them up there if you want them to come. Like, what could Jordan Love have fixed this situation? Or is this the best that could happen? Like, what would you have done differently here?
So my thinking, and I could be wrong because I don't know, but my assumption is that Aaron Rodgers' family has some seats, right? And since he can't play, let me get Aaron Rodgers. There ain't no way in hell you gonna tell me that's where Aaron Rodgers' family sits. There's no way. So I would have raised the funk about this, and I'd have been like, "Excuse me." And if they would have said, "Well, we didn't know y'all was coming. How you not know I was coming? His mama been coming to all his games since he was in Utah. Stop it right now. You knew she was coming. Don't play these dumb games." I would have raised a funk about it, and I would have raised so much of a funk that at some point they would have put me on the field, just like that's what our producer said, or give me Aaron. There's no way. There has to be more seats. Put me in a box. That's where everybody else go.
That's what I'm saying. And he's not a rookie, Kev. This is his second year in the league. He ain't no rookie. I mean, I know it's still young, but still, come on, he's past the nosebleeds. At least put her at the edge of the 800s. Like, you ain't got to put her all the way at the top like that. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I'm surprised Mama Love didn't say nothing. That's who I thought would have spoke up, but they were fine with their seats.
See her son start, even though she couldn't really see.
Right. She couldn't see nothing. Right. Now, from that crazy, weird moment to another one, I get what they're trying to do, but it was kind of weird. Because I don't know, maybe I just didn't understand it because to me it made no sense. But maybe they're trying to get him over to the team. But why would I don't know? Anyways, we know about the news about Odell Beckham Jr. He got released by the Browns. We followed that whole entire saga this past week. Now, tomorrow, if he's signed between now and tomorrow, he would be a team would claim off the waivers. If not, he'll be officially a free agent starting Wednesday. So we're waiting to hear from where he wants to go. Jackie's going to talk about where he wanted to go and how he's going to make that happen later on. But right now, we're hearing certain teams that are in the works and stuff like that. And one team I did not hear anything from or about was the Vikings. And randomly, as if he was still a part of the Browns roster and was – I don't understand the thought process. But Vikings, some of the Vikings receivers wore these shirts, right? Which were cool, and they were saying free Odell. Now, if this was last week, I'd be like, oh yeah, go do what you gotta do. And on top of that, you're trying to make your case to try and get him on your team. Cool, I get that. But Odell got, unless they ain't got Twitter, Odell he gone. Now it's about where he's gonna go. Now, my other thing is, because I'm sure the chat's gonna be like, they're trying to get him on the Vikings. Cool. Why? That to me would make zero sense, because they got a young upcoming star in Justin Jefferson. They already got Adam Thielen. They got I cannot for the life of me remember their maybe that's the reason. Like their slot receiver that his name is escaping me right now. Like their receiving core is good. Odell's just gonna go there and get frustrated when Kirk Cousins now does not give him the ball, because Kirk Cousins, he already has a hard time getting Justin Jefferson the ball. So I just didn't understand the thought process on them wearing the shirts, especially after the fact, and that he wouldn't make sense on there. For more reasons than you understand, especially like I said, Jackie, gonna talk about it later. But this whole thing to me was just weird. Even on Red Zone, my man who runs Red Zone, he couldn't really talk much about it because he couldn't understand why the hell they did it. But that was just my opinion. I'm trying to look at the chat to see if they have any explanations for me. Jackie, do you have an explanation, or were you just as confused as I was? Because I
have an idea. I don't know if it's right, but this is my thought process. So when we weren't for sure what was going to happen with Odell, and if they were going to release him or if they were just going to make him sit out this year, or we didn't know what was happening, somebody on the Viking squad's cousin or little brother or something made a whole bunch of shirts. Yeah. And so when he got released, they were like, well, we still want to support Odell and show that we might want him to come to our team. Hey, let's just buy all my cousin's shirts because he needs the money anyway. So they did it to hook up the cousin and just recycle the shirts because the cousin made the shirts too soon or too late, however you want to look at it.
Yeah.
This is them trying to support somebody who made the shirts. That's all in support of the creator of those shirts. I don't have not as much. That's my theory. I'm sticking to it.
Okay. Nah, I like it. I add a little something to it. I think that he maybe gave them the shirts already, and then he was like, yo, Odell, he was free. And he said, no, you're going to wear those damn shirts. It took me 3 days to make them. You're wearing the shirts on Sunday. So maybe that was, but either way, I think that's right. Because looking at them, it looked like those kind of shirts that were made by like auntie or by like a cousin. So, okay. Either way, everything around it makes no sense. We never heard anything about him going to the Vikings. He wouldn't make sense with the Vikings. I don't know. But hey, Justin Jefferson is a LSU boy, so I get with him because they had that connection. He has his number. They go back and forth. He's been talking to. But then the other ones, I was just like, I don't, because all the receivers were in except for Adam Thielen. But that's neither here nor there. Anyways, yeah. So that happened. But another cool moment that happened in yesterday, in one of yesterday's slotted games was during the Eagles game. Or sorry, it wasn't yesterday. It was the week prior. Where, like I said, I love watching the sounds in the NFL every Wednesday. And one of the clips from that was Devontae Smith trying to explain to one of his teammates how the hell you're supposed to use those massaging guns, because he's there pounding away at one of his bruises on his leg, thinking that that's how it works. He's like, no, bro, you're doing that wrong. And he spread some wisdom and where he got it from in this little clip. It was kind of funny. It was kind of cool.
You gonna make it sore with that gun. You gonna make it, yeah, because that's a bruise. It ain't just no soreness, it's a bruise. You gonna aggravate it with the gun. Just movement. Yeah, just moving and just stretching it.
Grandma taught you that?
I graduated exercise science. I know a little something, damn it.
At first, before I saw the subtitles, I thought he said grandma taught you that. I'm like, what the hell, grandma know about the damn massage gun? Hold on. Grandma got like all kinds of like teas and different kind of like incenses. So I don't know if she would know anything about like a massage gun, but he said Bama. But yeah, I thought that was a fun moment. Look, the dude knows his stuff, man. Heisman Trophy winner. He coming right into NFL looking like a #1 receiver. I mean, he is the Eagles' #1 receiver. So I would listen. He probably knows what he's talking about. So shout out to Devontae on that one. Last but not least, this one had me dying, bro. I have so many theories on what happened here, but Leo, can we just put this loop up? Now, we know the Braves won the World Series last week, and after you win a championship or a World Series comes the parade. Now, normally these parades, like, it's a whole thing. You're waving at the fans. Look at this. My man was booking it. He has no time for celebrations. He has to get them to their destination. I think the main thing was, being that they're in Atlanta, He ain't never seen streets without traffic before, so he's taking full advantage. Now, this video, I don't know if this video is slowed down, but this does not do justice. What's up, Odell? How you doing, bro? This video is not doing him justice because that thing was going way faster when I saw it on Twitter. I don't know if it slowed down. I don't know what the video is, but look at he's booking through it. Just the one bus. I'm surprised my dude that's up there like celebrating, he ain't like holding on and stuff because of how fast they're going. But yeah, all I can think is this driver has never, because he's got to be a bus driver on like outside of just parades. Like he probably drives the bus too. Like maybe I don't know, because you got to have experience to drive buses and whatnot. So he's just, of all his years, he's never seen that little traffic, no traffic in Atlanta. He's like, man, I ain't never been down Main Street before like this. I'm gonna take advantage. Bang! Like he didn't care if it was a parade or not. I don't know what it was, but that dude was hauling it. So, and allegedly, I guess the parade was really short, but I don't know. After not winning the World Series for that many years, like, shouldn't you bask in it? Like, what the hell? I don't know. I thought that was hilarious. I haven't died when I first saw it.
Maybe he's related to the Bucks bus driver, because wasn't he hauling ass at the beginning of the parade too?
Weren't the Bucks on boats? Did they have a parade? I didn't watch it because I hate the Bucks.
But you can't hate Giannis though. What the heck?
Oh, Milwaukee Bucks. Don't forget the Buccaneers just won too. So I thought you were talking about the Buccaneers.
Oh, right.
Yeah, right. Oh, yes. He was going fast too. That's right. So what is that about? Are they? Because I know they go to a destination to celebrate. Right.
Right. Now they were saying on that guy, he was just mashing at the beginning of the parade to get to the bulk of the parade. But if you're saying that this parade was short, like I know, damn the people at the beginning, right? That sounds so bad when I say it out loud. Okay.
We gotta get to the meat of it. Y'all picked the wrong spot. See you later, though.
Damn, when I said it out loud, I was like, yeah, that's terrible either way. I don't know though.
Yeah.
Because when's the last time the Braves won? It's been like
26, 27 years. Like, more than that. It's been a long time. I don't know.
That's when
I don't know.
Will Smith do 2 miles an hour so everybody sees you. What are you doing?
Right. Yeah, my man was
bad.
was out. He said, I gotta get to the real part of this parade. Y'all just an afterthought. Like that is crazy. Right. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
But yeah,
poor fans.
Like, poor Atlanta fans. But look, that's something I would not do. I would at least let my fans enjoy the moment. But again, like I said, if he's never witnessed streets without traffic before, I understand if that's the reasoning behind it. But Jackie Ray, can you tell us on this Monday what we not gonna do? And no, they're not, Gary Tobro. Get out of the chat. Get that out of the chat. Don't try that. No, they're not.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. How dare you, sir? Should block you. Anywho, first thing I'm not gonna do. So let me just give you a quick story time. When I first moved into this apartment, this is not safe, but I disabled the fire alarms because one of my worst fears was I was going to be on this show and then fire alarms was going to start blaring. I don't know if you can hear them, but they are blaring in the hallway. So I'm just giving myself a pat on the back. That was foresight, y'all. Anywho, let's get into this. Let's get into this. What we not going to do. I don't pat myself on the back, thinking ahead and whatnot. But we know this Odell situation is coming to a head. Today he's on waivers, and if you follow me on my social media, I have posted something about what the teams that he could go to. I don't remember all of them off the top of my head. I think there was Detroit Lions was on there. There was a lot of trash teams. I'll see if I can find it. But the top 6 were terrible teams. And I was just like, no, let's not have him go anywhere. Shout out to everybody on Twitter and Instagram, though. They are making their whole Odell in the jersey that we want him to be in meme. So let me start throwing up some tweets here really quick so you guys can see some of the thought process of so this first one, I was like, no, absolutely not. And it's not because I don't think he would be great on the Chiefs, because if you watched the game last night, I think there was only one pass that was over 20 yards, and that was to Travis Kelce. So technically, yes, that would be a good thing, but I'm just over. And I'm sorry, Patrick, but I am overthinking all things Mahomes right now, and I just don't want him to be a part of that. This next one, I'm not mad at this. I would actually really like to see this. I'm a huge Lamar Jackson fan. I'm not mad at that. Of course, the only other place that I would want him to yeah, right. This one would work for me. I'm not mad at this. This would be great. Of course, we would have to take out a loan, maybe 2, and refinance some things to get him to the Saints. But if that's a possibility, I would want that as well. But the headlines are not in Odell's favor right now. So let me show you this next tweet because this says former Browns Odell Beckham Jr. wants to join a postseason contender for the remainder of the season, sources say. I don't have a problem with that because if I'm coming from purgatory, I don't want to go to purgatory 2. I want to go to somebody else who has a shot at least at the playoffs. And to me, I think that's a very, very wise thing to say. You're not going to set your hopes too high, although the Browns did play pretty well on Sunday, but you're not going to set your hopes too high. You're going to say, I want to go to a playoff. But here's the jacked up part. So within this article from ESPN, which I didn't grab the exact quote because I was just over it. The exact quote says, Odell has no problem. Let me read it. It says, if a team that does not fit his criteria claims Beckham and his $7.25 million remaining on his contract, there could be potential issues for that team, according to a source, although it's unclear what exactly those issues would be. Okay, in one sentence, he says it's unclear what those issues would be. In the next sentence, he says Odell would be fine to be a headache to whatever team that picks him up that doesn't have playoff contention. How you say on one side you don't know what the problem would be, and then on the very next one say, oh, he's going to go into the locker room and be a headache. This is just them tracking back to, and I don't even think Odell was a headache when he was in New York. I think he was very passionate about what he did, and he acted out. But I think as far as a teammate, he was a great teammate, and I think most of the players there would echo those sentiments. So I don't think that he's going to go into any situation and pout. I think you do have to realize that it is a risk. When you force the team's hand and you get released, and there's all these crappy teams who could really use you, and you have to go through waivers first, it is a risk. Hopefully your agent can do whatever he needs to do to make sure you don't go to one of those teams. But I think the point of the matter is being utilized. Odell wants to be in a position where he is utilized and his talents are not going to waste. I 100% feel like his talents are going to waste in Cleveland, and that is his gripe. If he's in another situation where his talents are going to waste, he will gripe again, but not before that. At least I don't think. What I'm saying is let's stop projecting who y'all think Odell is onto him. And if you're going to cite sources, I need y'all to say exactly who, especially when you're saying something that is has a negative connotation to it. It's not right. And I don't like it. Y'all need to leave Odell alone. And again, if somebody really does want to take out a loan, I wouldn't mind seeing him in New Orleans. But Chris, what do you think about this narrative around Odell?
I hate it. I absolutely hate it because I hate how there always has to be an and whenever there's any kind of report with Odell Beckham. Because, like you mentioned, to me, it makes so much sense to go from, well, I mean, I know you were a little disrespectful, but the Browns were still a playoff team. But to go from a playoff team and then go and play for a bum team, go to the Lions or something like that, I understand he wants to, bring his career back around because he wasn't being used over there. But it makes the most amount of sense, especially if you're a superstar or a Pro Bowl player, that you would want to go to a team where you can compete. So that part is fine. But then why do you have to add the part where he wants to go to a playoff team or a competing team, or else he's going to make it hell for like that? He didn't say that. That was a narrative added because this is what the media does when it comes to Odell Beckham Jr. They want to add the drama to him. And then, of course, a lot of people who won't understand that, casual fans, are going to see that and be like, oh, God, Odell really is a cancer. Oh, there he goes. There goes Odell. Oh, once again. So to me, it's just so whack that they can continue to put that on Odell because I guarantee that is not something he said. I guarantee he would go to a team. I'm sure he wouldn't want to, but like the Jets signed him. He'd obviously be the number one. He would not be happy about it, but he would get the ball and he would make the most of his career, especially depending on whatever his contract would be. Because if we wait till past tomorrow, maybe he would do like a 1 year, just remainder of the year, and then be a free agent again this offseason. So to me, to add that but and that narrative at the end, to me, that's the part that really irritated me because that they're just continuing to try to smear his name to add to that agenda, and it's very Kyrie Irving-like, you know what I mean? And I get it. Say what you want to say about a lot of stuff personally, but I hate when they try to do that to diminish the player that he is just because he's had a rough stretch with Cleveland. So that was the only part that irritated me. But yeah, I would love to see him on the Saints, but I'm cool with the Ravens. I still really feel really confident about the what was the team? Not the Chargers, the other team I mentioned. The Bears. I still think that there's a possibility that he goes to the Bears. But we'll see what happens. Wherever he goes, just as long as the quarterback uses him, that's all I care about.
Yeah, and Hunter Sawyer in the chat said Seahawks definitely, and that apparently is where Odell really wants to go. I think
Yeah.
that would be great. I think that would be like the perfect scenario. I'm still staying on my, hey, let's run it back with the Giants because I think he could level up the whole situation over there with Daniel Jones. But that's just me. I really agree, though. I want him to be someplace where he feels like he's utilized and happy. Now, I did see one quote that said that Odell wants to be somewhere where he's happy. I think he deserves that. So no matter where he goes, I just want it to be someplace that he feels like, okay, this is cool. I'm happy here. That's the most I want for him. So, but yeah,
I like the Seahawks. I agree. I just wanted to add that. I do like Seahawks. I think that works for DK and it works for him. Tyler Lockett, like that's a great combo right there for sure.
Yep. But I think a lot would have to happen to make that happen. But we're going to stay on top of it. He clears waivers today, so make sure you are back with us tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, because we know we're going to follow up on that. And then don't forget to follow me at Jackie Ray TV, and you can follow Chris at CKT. Which one is CKTV? YouTube?
Well, I have a YouTube channel. Yeah, CKTV. Yeah. Okay, so I stream over there.
Yeah. So mine is across the board now on YouTube. I was about to say my YouTube is CK2. No, my YouTube is Jackie Ray TV. My mind is all discombobulated. I got to get used to saying it, but y'all go check me out on all social media, and we will see you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Peace out.
Bye.